So, more nonsense with the connection. So, for those of you who may not know, this is a part 2. I'm doing a part 2 because we just got disconnected. So, got lights, got camera, and we're public again. And some people will come back. It would be nice if I changed the picture at least so there's 2 different looking pictures. So let me do that. I love you guys. I'm so happy that you're here with me. And we don't get upset. I'm not going to get upset. We'll just roll with it and continue on this transmission of spirit, of energy, of consciousness, as we talk about your spiritual awakening and your spiritual journey. So let me go to simply put up one of my pictures for the artwork. Let's try a different one. Just give me a few seconds, that's all. I love you. Yeah, some of you are coming back in. Playlist, it's I forgot, it was part of my mistake maybe, because I forgot to close all those other windows, and now I closed them all. Well, hopefully that helps. All right. I did there's 20 of you came back. Thank you guys. That was a short video, okay, but we're here, and the connection is excellent. And watch, I'll just prove something. Speed test. There's no reason to have disconnects. If it goes over 10 megabytes, I know it's good enough. It is only 10 though. So far it's only 10 megabytes. So we're here and we're hanging it with you guys who came back. So thank you for being here as we discussed the spiritual awakening together. Thank you. You guys like my new keyboard? It lights up and stuff. It helps me see it actually better too. It's definitely more sturdy. This is myrrh. I don't want to use this myrrh. I mean, I don't like it as much as these other ones that I usually work with. So we're talking about your spiritual journey, you guys, and how we are the starseeds and indigo children, and we're awakening our higher consciousness, and we're actually learning about these teachings that we're part of, that we reincarnated from higher dimensions, literally from the 6th dimension. You're called indigo for a reason. That's your third eye, holy ones. The indigo ray is the 6th dimension of reality. We came from there, from Sirius B. We come from Sirius B. We're Lyran Sirens. Same with Jeshua. Okay, Jeshua came from Sirius B, part of what you call the priest of Azraline. Reincarnate, take your spiritual soul essence, and come alive through your mother and father's DNA. Now you're bringing your DNA mixed with their DNA. Now here you are on planet Earth, being attacked, by the way. Indigo children and starseeds are attacked. You're attacked in different ways, and because they don't want you to be a beacon of light. They don't want you to bring in these unity teachings. They want to distort all of what we're trying to do. They want to offer the New Age movement. It is a movement created by fallen angels, so that you can be seduced and controlled, manipulated through a false spiritual, pseudo-spirituality. Now you're confused about God and channeling and spirits and your true heritage. You're confused about the timeline. You're confused about who is the good guys and who's... When you're not practicing law of one, unity, all are equal, all are God, then you're confused. You're distorted. And because now it's a false creed. That's why it's a distortion. That's why there's confusion when you're getting false teachings about these. And so we have this truth inside of us. You guys, you have truth, you have light inside of you. We're bringing it. Does that mean we're going to automatically wake up to it? No. Okay? It doesn't mean you're automatically going to remember and realize. But you definitely, because, you know, the whole planet is being distorted. Think about it. Look how many negative energies are in politics. Look how many negative energies are in religion. And everyday life now is negative, you know, for a lot of people's families and households and experiences in this world. And as an awakened being, we don't know what the hell's going on, so we're usually trying to figure it out. You know, you're trying to figure out these concepts. I get a ton of messages, and a lot of you are having the same type of amazing, you would describe as paranormal and supernatural things happening in your life. Why? Because you have higher psychic consciousness, higher consciousness opening. That's why. When most humans don't have these Templar activated. That amber's really strong, man. Let me make sure I have my benzoin there, because I don't think I put my benzoin. Where's my benzoin, vato? What? You're not gonna do this. You're not doing this. You're not gonna do this. What the F, man? When in doubt, check underneath my chair's recliner thing. Benzoin. When there's a will, spiritual will, there's a way. And that's what we do. We have self-control. We develop self-control over our emotions, over our temperaments, over our old habits. I had some ugly characteristics before, you know, in this life, when I was younger. Things I say, damn, man, are you serious? So we're a lot of us have made changes just to be here, right here. Okay, so some of you are going through those changes, and they're not all fun, are they? And like, you see a lot of people having health issues, and then people like us start having health issues. Wow, we should be masters of our energies and consciousness. And if we don't, if we see symptoms of issues like this, we know we're not getting it done. We know that we need to do more. There's more for us to do. When we, you know, when I start feeling this stuff in my chest and my body, in my, I thought it was lungs and whatever it was suffering. That there's a reason why I'm so. There's a reason why I was suffering. What the shit, man? What is that? I thought I saw some energy little energy thing, right? That's weird. Oh yeah. So yeah, don't freak out, because even Ashana tells us we're going to be activating our heart chakra, and that's going to be a lot of psychic abilities turning on. You think the third eye, but no, these are all psychic abilities. And we're going to be developing weird things, perceptions and understandings and seeing incredible stuff. It's not just me, guys. Look at the chat. And I get all kinds of messages, and you guys are probably visiting other sites and learning all stuff, and sometimes it's hard to have discernment when so many teachings are teaching different ideas. My advice is to look at things through the law of one. If you could go and look at that system, that religion, that new age, and find and check with the law of one, are they treating everyone with unity? Or are they treating hierarchy? Are they teaching hierarchy? Like these beings are higher and better or greater, and this is where you get all this worship. People are worshiping higher beings. People are seeking something outside themselves, because that's what these teachings teach you. Not law of one. Not the inner Christ, the inner God spark. No, they're saying, oh, here, to a guru, to a God, some creator God. There is God. We talk about God. That, in that distortion, is anti-God, against God, against life, against humans. So we are in our, the best way we can, making those realizations within us. Even though there's a bunch of distortions, we seek truth, man. Our DNA seeks truth. Our soul, our spirit is seeking only truth. We only want the truth. Not some bullshit truth, not some fake truth. Something that's throwing you off. This is exactly why, hello, love, light, and clueless. This is exactly why we're learning about the fallen angels. You don't just ignore them and not talk about the distortions in religion. You don't ignore that stuff. You understand it, you talk about it, and you study it so that you can, not to become it, this bullshit new age. I hear this bullshit all the time, where your thought goes, energy goes. And we're talking about fallen angels. You're trying to say you become a fallen angel? It's ignorance. It's blissful ignorance. It's ignorance. We talk about the fallen angels. We don't become dark. We're still light, vatos. We're still standing in love and joy and non-judgment. That's our principle. That's our code. But we still learn about what the hell these fallen angels are doing. What they have done to our human race in Atlantis, in Lemuria. Did you know they annihilated the Lemurians? You talk about them, not ignore them. You don't become them, okay, by talking about them. It's new age bullshit, and there's a lot of that. There's piles and piles of that. There's a bunch of landmines you got to be wary of. And so this is not dogma. This is not judgment. Law of one is the opposite of judgment. You accept all as equal, all as God. Right? So we're learning to do that in our daily lifetimes, in our daily lives, in our conversations, in our relationships. It's not dogma. You have God free will to do whatever the F you want. And when you got some other spiritual guardian telling you you can't do this, or you shouldn't do this, or you should do that, they are the ones who are distorted, not you, Holy One. You are practicing your free will. They don't want you to practice your free will. Get it? Do you see it? If you got your friend, so-called friend, telling you you shouldn't do that, you should do this, what's up? They're not walking, talking law of one, are they? So that's what I mean. When you see and go study other videos and other websites and books, check it for law of one, unity and equality. If you don't see equality or unity, if you start seeing some judgment creep up in those teachings, be wary, and I would say run the other direction. That's just my advice. Because you don't have, some of this is advanced stuff. You don't have to understand the advanced mechanics to know law of one. This is why I'm making a series of videos called Law of One. So it's out there. So it's out there in Nashana's work. She's talked about it too, of course. This is called innerchristos Law of One, freedom teachings, Tantra Ahura teachings. This is a whole breadth of knowledge about equality, and the foundation is Law of One. Straight up. You don't need to learn Voyagers or the Kalanta to know Law of One. Law of One is universal, homie. That's what's coming here on Earth. That's what Ascension is. You learn the Law of One as your foundation. And from the Law of One, you get rid of, you would say, these distortions in religions. And when I say get rid of, I mean you let them go from your life. Because that's a harmful vampiric energy. And so we're learning, how to not be judgmental ourselves and to not start thinking in this new way. It's not even new, it's ancient, it's universal. It's not an earth thing, limited to an earth thing. It's a galactic thing, it's a universal, it's a cosmic thing. All are God. All are equal in God. And that's why we also talk about the hologram, knowing it's possible to become distorted and to forget things. To forget that you were divine. To forget that you're sacred. Your sacred divine. Your divinity is being replaced with guilt and sin and inferior. You're lower. See? Being inferior, being guilty, being this and that is not law of one. That's not unity. Right? That's not equality. Yes? No? You understand? When you see it, when you read it, when you hear it, you know if it's equality or not. You know if there's someone being put up on a pedestal, someone who's being an elite figure, or a guru, or a master, or some bullshit. There is no middleman to God. Middleman, middle woman to God. There's God's, you're looking in the wrong. Why are you looking somewhere else? That's what Law of One teaches. That's what the inner Christos is. Inside. You're finding this truth. You're finding God. You're finding divinity. You're connecting to divinity inside. This whole universe, this whole planet, your whole body, your consciousness, it's all energy, it's all spirit. This whole reality is made of spirit. You have the scientists telling you that you're made from pond scum. You came and originated from an ape. What? The science doesn't believe in a spirit or a soul. That's where we're getting our ideas from. From science that's distorted, from religion that's distorted and dark. So we look inside. You don't look from these other sources. You find God within. And you find Christ within. Not the distortion of Christ, because there is a real Christ, Christos. There's a real Jesus, Jeshua. Okay? And you find these energies, you find this consciousness, you find this memory. You regain memory, guys. It's not a hope, it's not a faith, it's a knowing. It's a perceiving and a seeing and an experiencing. It's a witness. It's a testimony. Not like, this is not knowing. This is not law of one. Sacrifice is not law of one. There's no sacrifice in angering God. That's not law of one. So you have discernment through law of one. Notice that law of one is a very positive thing. You can sense as a human being, your human spirit, your heart, and your mind can see when something is negative or positive, yes? Is fear negative or positive? Is guilt negative or positive? Is shame and negative or positive, right? You can ask a child, honey, is this negative or is this a positive thing? How does it make you feel to be guilty and shameful and subservient to some other power? Being worshiping and giving subservience to another conscious being? Oh my gosh, dude. This orb, I could see it moving like this, and oh my gosh. I should look for orbs tonight, right? Anyways, you guys have discernment. It's inside your DNA, even though you're not aware of it yet. That's what the whole point of spiritual journey is, awakening it. Notice the word awakening, because it's asleep. That means it's there. It's already there. Inside. But you awaken it with consciousness and understanding and realizations. That's why you don't stop learning. You don't stop training. Because that's how you're getting it. That's how you're getting your consciousness back. Is by speaking it, walking it, understanding it. Have discernment now through law of one. Through the inner Christos. Thank you for being here, Holy Ones. Much respect to your journey. We are powerful. Yes. Our spiritual consciousness is powerful. Okay? You're God. So you know what your potential is. It's not an arrogance thing. You don't have an ego knowing that, you haven't learned a darn thing, have you? It's like a lion's pride. The lions aren't being egotistical. You're not being ego by being happy and joyous in your identity. Knowing your identity is divine. It's not an ego thing. In religion, they'll say you're blasphemous, you're not God, you're a sinner. You know, that's their energy. That's the energy that they send you. Is it negative or positive? Is that teaching negative or positive? Okay? See, if you want your identity to be a lowly, inferior, sinful creature, you can, because you're God's sovereign free. You have free will to be that identity. If that's what you choose for yourself, are you not thinking? You think, so you have free will. Nothing is controlling your thinking. You practice your free will through thought and action. So once again, what are you thinking with your free will? What are you doing with your free will? You have free will. Creator, God, gave you free will. You won't find free will in the Bible. You have free will to choose ignorance. You have free will to choose to be divine as your identity, to be a piece of God as your identity, and you can also choose to be a horrible, guilty sinner. Choose with your free will. So that's why there is a spiritual war, you guys. You know, we're trying to spiritually, evolve and be awakened, but there's an attack. There's an agenda that's not nice and sweet. Definitely not love and joy. There's dark agendas against our loving, sweet, kind, sincere agendas. And so we are going to be awakening our inner Christos, our spiritual powers, or not. You're going to stay asleep and stay distorted and not treat your fellow humans as equals? Or are you going to be, keep vampiring? The vampire serves the chaos. You're adding to it. You're adding to the pool of chaos. You're making the chaos bigger and bigger and bigger when you serve in this way. Okay? When you serve fear, guilt, shame inside your own heart and mind, and you speak that to other people, you are growing the chaos on earth. You're growing the antichristos on earth. And vice versa. If you're learning about joy and bliss, and you're bringing equality in the law of one and unity, you're growing the other field called the path of order, which leads you to the destiny of joy. I would choose this path, this destiny of joy, compared to the unconscious oblivion of chaos, towards the self-destruction, the self-termination of your consciousness and your identity on that other path, serving chaos. We're remembering once again what is love and joy. To speak it, to be sincere, to be friendly, to be kind, not kill life, not sacrifice life, not wipe out entire races of people. Why do we have war? Because of chaos. Why do we have prejudice? Because of chaos. Because of chosen people. Well, there is no chosen people in God. That's one of the distortions of these channelers. They think they're a chosen one. You're being taught to think that you're better. You're being taught to be thinking that you have the superiority and the right to be the ruler, or the right to be the teacher, or the right to be the, No, transmute. Get off your high horse, Holy One. Grow up and return back to love and joy. Return back to law of one and all are equal and united. Yes? That's what we choose. That's our path. I choose this path. Your brother Thavian, I choose that. My brothers and sisters choose that. We're happy people. We're smiling people. We're helpful people. If we don't like what they're wearing or what they're doing, we don't say nothing like judgmental. You learn that through this path of order. Say, I follow the path of order. I know where that's going to lead me. It's going to lead me to joy. It's going to lead me to spiritual ascension. It's going to lead me to closer to the knowledge of God, to the expansion of God, to the energy and realization of God. See, you grow and grow and grow. You're expanding in the path of order. You are getting closer to your understanding of God. You're getting closer to the focus and understanding and the truth of God. Shadow, the phantom, the darkness, the chaos, is taking you away from that closeness of God. Sorry, but I don't choose fear. I choose joy. I choose happiness and bliss, and treating my friends and family that way, and treating the world that way. Our world needs this. Earth needs this, man. We need these principles and these teachings returned back, so that we can reclaim this on earth, reclaim our eternal life body, reclaim our angelic human status in this. It's not just earth thing, it's a galactic thing, multi-galactic thing. It's a multi-universal thing. There's other planets being dominated and taken over. Our planet is being dominated and taken over. Hello, Guardians, come in. We're stopping that shit. We're transmuting it with Law of One, with innerchristos, with these teachings of our original intention of God. They've taken that and tried to distort it, change it into something that's completely negative and dark. We see it. I see it. Brother, sister, you see it. You feel it. Yes? And so that's what we want. That's what our spiritual will is bringing that in. Our guardian spiritual will, we're bringing it back. We're turning Christos, Christ, back to planet Earth. It's a promise by the Emerald Covenant. We talk about aliens and angels from a different point of view. We talk about stargates and your consciousness traveling through them. We talk about astral travel. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One. You're so kind. We talk about these. You actually learn something from these teachings. You actually expand and grow from these type of teachings. Maybe you don't agree with everything I'm saying, or you don't agree with everything from Ashiana or the Guardian's information. And you guys, that's perfectly okay. It's not dogma. I'm not going to force you to believe something. Are you kidding me? My job as a teacher is to help remind you what you already know. You guys know this. Remember, it's in your DNA. That's how consciousness works. And when you fall, that higher consciousness fragments. It didn't vanish and disappear. It fragments into pieces in your junk DNA. It's there now. Your 12th strand is somewhere here. Your 11th strand, your 10th strand, your 9th strand. It's in your DNA, waiting for you to reactivate, re-spiritualize yourself. Because we became manifest. When you die, you return to spirit. You re-spiritualize. You go back to that morphogenetic field of consciousness. And then when you're ready to reincarnate into manifestation, okay, with your spiritual will, with your covenant, your mission to return to this lower dark place, that's what Earth is. It's a fallen distortion of our original planet and our original race, our original consciousness. And you guys are awakening to that original identity inside yourself. You don't need no pope for it. You don't need no Bible for it. To them, that makes them angry. They can't stand that when people say that in the world. That you don't need salvation. That's like horrible for them to hear. That you're preaching against God and Jesus? No! We're pro-God! Okay? We're pro-life. We're pro-human. Your teachings are against it. Are damning humans, damning the concept of God, of concept of Christ. You're twisting it. You're making it wicked. See? We're saying, hey man, it's about equality, it's about love, it's about expanding your consciousness, not sacrifice, not judging and damning. You recognize what is truth, you find it. You'll find it. You are finding it. Look, you're awakening. Yeah. We're the light bringers, we're the way showers, we're the trailblazers. For a reason. Because we got this higher consciousness trying to bring it to this consciousness. Okay? Because this consciousness down here is full of chaos. We're taking our love and cleaning that up, transmuting that, blessing that, changing that, transforming these angry gods, transforming these sacrificing gods, changing this death and war, changing this darkness, transmuting it back, returning it back to our original. This is not original down here. This is some crazy distortion. We can find beauty and love and joy down here, but just realize there's a serious, hardcore darkness that hates indigo children, that hates equality and unity. They attack it. And so realize part of your spiritual journey is learning that there's a spiritual war. Okay? So we're not love light. We're love and light, but we're not clueless. We're not going to be clueless about what is attacking us. What is distorting our world? What is making dangers for our children and our lives? I mean, the guardians are angels and archangels. They love us so much, they're coming down and returning, incarnating in this flesh. Your consciousness came down to this low level. We die, we ascend back to where we came from. But according to Aishana, even indigos still have to activate their 4th strand. You know the fallen angels took over the Stargate 4, right? Giza, that dark Nile, that dark Egyptian. What is he calling himself this time? Shh. Don't talk about him that way. You're going to have these fallen angels coming and pretending to teach you light. Pretending to teach you mysteries and secrets. Oh. That's where the shit is coming from, man. Egypt and Atlantis. The Luciferians, covenant. It's a covenant. That's what they call themselves. We're not calling them Luciferian. They call themselves Luciferian. That's a family. It's a race of, in the Inky. The Inky race has a race called, a family. A family in the Inky race. Okay, because Inky is a race. It's not a Sumerian god, an Egyptian god, whatever god, Nibirian god. They're not gods, homie. Okay, they're the false God. They're the false creeds teaching you anti-God, anti-Christos. So the Inky, they have a family called, a very powerful family called Lulatan. Lulatan is where Lucifer comes from. Once again, not an individual. Inky's not an individual. Lucifer is not an individual. Make it plural. Think plural. It's a race of people. It's a race of beings who don't have us in our greatest, interest. We're not, they're not benefiting humans. They're conquering humans. And when you guys open these higher centers, you will actually see how horrible they really are. Because when you're closed, and closed, you don't see jack shit. You're blind. And that's why when you're blind, you're asking and looking elsewhere. You're trying to find God somewhere else because you're blind. You don't have the third eye. You don't see. You don't have your heart center. You don't have your spiritual throat center. You don't have the awareness. That's why you want to work on it. That's why you do meditation. That's why you do breath work. That's why you have a spiritual diet. That's why you are making these changes. Because we find ourselves in distortion. Distorted planet, distorted humans, distorted spiritual beliefs. Like, truly, right? These people have no idea how horrible, how to the extent of what has happened for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, for millions of years. I mean, even people studying Tataria, at least they're seeing that there's some more greater ancient race or people or some more intelligence besides what we're being taught. I mean, even that is distorted and has its limitations. But realize the changes have been happening, like they've been changing us since Atlantis. And when we know that the pyramids were made 50,000 years ago, well, that was a long freaking time ago where all these changes have been made. Way before your great-grandpa, or before your grandma, way before you were born, these religions were already changed a long time ago. This is what innerchristos, Oceana's work, the Guardian work, is telling us. What happened in 325 AD is a real thing, man. Your Holy Bible was changed. Now it teaches what? Look what it teaches now. The Roman Empire was wicked. Ancient Egypt was wicked. Now in 2023, these beings are still here, ruling you. Now there's classes. Now there's principalities. Now there's rulers. Still here, from Atlantis. Still the Luciferians are still here. The dark illuminated ones still here, ruling you. In the Guardians, there's no rulers. There's no kings and queens and pharaohs and creator gods to worship. Think about it. You're worshiping these dark beings because they're vampires. And in their horrible consciousness, I mean, imagine what they're thinking about you. Imagine the twisted, like, for example, I started watching this show again, Outlander. And there's this really dark English, what he is? He's not a king or a queen, but he's like a lieutenant or someone powerful in the military who does horrible things like torture, cutting off people's limbs, nailing your hand into the table, raping men, women. See, that's what I mean. Imagine I'm not telling you to imagine. I'm saying think about what they're thinking. Sick, twisted shit. They hate you, man. They want to conquer you. That Jehovah God in your Bible hates you. It's not a person. It's not an individual. It's a race. Inky Anunnaki are a race. Enlil, you think it's a person from this pseudoscience of Zachariah Ascension. It's not a person, it's a race. Enlil is a race of beings. Marduk is a race of beings. Lilitan, Luciferians are races of beings. Now the reptilians, while the Luciferians or the Lilitan Anunnaki, well, the reptilians have a family called the Satan. The Satan are bringing you Satan. It's not an individual, homie. It's a race. And you're not going to learn collective consciousness in the Bible, in religion. You guys, when your consciousness evolves to the next level, you're no longer an individual. You are a collective. I mean, you're still a person experiencing DNA and ascension. What I'm saying is you have collective consciousness. You have multi-dimensional collective consciousness now. Down here, we just have our own little thoughts. We just have an individual type of mind called your, like there's different levels of mind, different levels of being, different levels of, well, let me see this on the diagram. Let me add more instance real quick. On the diagram, it helps you to see this. Benzoin. Some frankincense. I have this Palo Santo in here. Someone mentioned that earlier. Yes, here's Palo Santo. Palo Santo smells so good, man. So I put that right on top of the charcoal so it starts to burn the wood and you can smell the aroma. More amber. I'm sorry I got disconnected, you guys, but at least we got a lot of you back. One day when I'm set really good, the most important things that I'll have the most powerful internet possible. I will be getting 200 megabytes plus, and I will have a redundant, an extra backup internet. I can't do that right now, but someday I will have that. It was funny because when I was homeless, I was living next to an antenna. I mean, it was like a mile away. I could see it. I had over 200 megabytes on my phone, dude. That was freaking, I never had that in my life. Of course, that was 5G, but that was from a tower way over there, It was like a amazing connection. I mean, I don't even need that much. I don't need 200 megabytes, shit. But I ain't gonna say no to it if I had it. Joyful Jennifer. Thanks for sharing, Holy One. And I can say the same thing about myself because I was an angry person 20 years ago. Even less than that, I would say 10 years ago, I was still dealing with it. Like my dad, he was a road rager, right? And we were all scared to death driving with him. I love my dad, right? I mean, he's learned a lot. He's become a lot more humble and down to earth, and he's very spiritual and in his way, and not religious, but spiritual, and knows the lies. I mean, he was teaching little kids in day school in our Sunday church once. So he went that route. Most of us who are starseeds and indigos, we're stuck in churches for a while. And you guys know that Christianity is probably the closest to these teachings, because at least in Christianity they talk about rapture, which is ascension to us. Ascension, you going to another level, another piece of reality, another part of creation, which is better than this creation. And it's true. It's what I mean. I don't mean better as in equality, I mean, as in value. I mean better experience. You have eternal life in a perfect body that doesn't age or get sick. That's considered a better life, right? Who wants to get wrinkles and get aged and get sick and get pain and suffering in their bodies? No, thank you. Some of us are old souls and we're ready to go back home to those higher levels of ourselves because that's where we came from. We want to return back home. So, and we all will. Eventually, we all make it. That's the Emerald Covenant's promise. Eventually, we're all going to either return to God one way or the other, path of order, or through path of chaos, you're returning to God. You're gaining more of your unlimited self, or you're losing it and starting over. I wouldn't say starting over. Creator, God, actually uses the energy for something else. It transmutes it to new consciousness, new life. So even the path of chaos leads you back to God, but not in a good way. You would not call that a pleasant way. You don't want to return God back to God through hatred, because that's what that is. You know, these beings who want to kill us and dominate us, they hate us. They're vampires. They want to suck us. They want to see us suffer. They want us to see us in agony or any type of suffering or death. Exterminate. You know, the Bible uses words like exterminate. This holy being, not holy, wants to exterminate. It's in the Bible. Look. And has not just regular anger, but burning anger. Okay? Would you be in any type of marriage if someone had these qualities? If someone was a murderer and went out and killed babies, would you want to be with them? Right? So why would you want them to be your God? Why would you believe in that belief system? It's a belief system, right? Why did you accept that into your heart and your mind, that it's okay to slaughter babies in Egypt? Whatever the Egyptians did, you're going to go and murder all their children, little infants. Oh, and protect the chosen ones, babies. You see what I'm saying? Oh, and they did that through blood and sacrifice of animals. Sacrifice of animals or humans, either way, sacrifice is not good. It's not nice to murder and torture some being. Genocide is not cool. But some of you are pro-Jehovah, right? No, not in this house, honey. Not in this relationship. I have a different relationship than Christ than that. My Christ is within. My God is within. Okay, we find love and joy. The original God intention is love and joy. Not this, what became this anger. This was once pure like us, like the angels, like God's original love, intention. They were fell, right? You call them fallen angels. Well, they were once up there with God. You're always with God. What I'm saying is you were agreed in love in this unity, but decided to try something dark. Be a vampire. Let's see what that's like. And you guys know, like I got this question the other day. My boyfriend's a vampire. Is that possible? Or what is that? What? Can you be more specific? Do you see fangs? Or are you talking about he's an energy vampire? We got to make sure we're on the same page. Vampires actually come from, they're not humans. Let me show you what a vampire is. If I have it on the screen, let me make sure I have it on the screen. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't. So let me open it. It takes a few seconds. So they're not humans. Notice they're under the Anudracos. Okay? Vampires are serpents. Man, dinoid humanoid, serpent dinoid humanoids. That's what, they're not even freaking human. Okay, demons, scary looking creatures, they're not humans. They're not what you think they are. They're scary looking aliens. Even some of the centaurs are Luciferian. Even the Anunnaki, obviously the Pleiadians also, the Marduk Anunnaki. There's that Satane family line. It's a family line. Now you're worshiping them as an individual being, but they're still a collective. The Luciferians are coming from Inky family line. And look at the Inky. What are they? Insectoid, reptilian, serpents. And you're worshiping Inky. You're worshiping Inky as a person. It's not a person. It's a whole race of beings. Marduk, you've heard of Marduk from Zechariah Ascension. False teachings, false creeds, right? Well, Marduk is not a person either. It's a race. And there's different versions of Marduk. There's a Draymond Marduk and the Necromaton Marduk. There's different Anunnaki. They're fallen beings. They don't serve law of one. I'll get lots of messages all the time. People saying they're nice people. And they... I have to explain to these people a 15-dimensional time matrix, dimensions and chakras and fallen angels before they even understand what the hell we're talking about. They just know from the Bible or religion or some other New Age channeling movement that these are good people. Oh, this is a good God. Jehovah's good, not good. Anunnaki are good people. No, they're fallen race. Is there someone, these Anunnakis, that might be good? Of course. But their race is fallen. Let's say you have the enemies who are trying to attack you. Well, maybe some of those people, individuals, are good. Well, that's the same thing. But the Anunnaki themselves as a race are fallen. The reptilians as a race are fallen. The dragons are fallen. You like dragons, okay, but their race is fallen. Maybe you found a good dragon. I don't know. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But their entire race is fallen. I mean, as a people, they're fallen. The Adedicrons are reptilians, but they have some bird consciousness in it, or in their DNA. The Greys are fallen angels because they're also part of the Draconians. Draconian is reference to dragon, the Dracon. Okay, so this is what we deal with on Earth, man. This is what you deal with in the channeling movement. You got Jehovians channeling you, and the reptilians channeling you, and the Anu Dracos channeling you. What you call the Andromes. Where's the Andromi? I know the Andromes here, and the Necromatons are Andromes. Yeah, the Beetle people. There's a lot of people channeling Andromes. There's a lot of people channeling Inky, channeling different angels and different gods and what the F? Right? No, thank you. We come from a positive, peaceful guardians and races and beings. That's our heritage. We're the ones serving light and serving God's original intention. These beings are against it. These beings are tricking you in channeling and in religion. They create religions. They create these people that are against you, not serving you. They want to be your lords. Any creature calling itself Lord, hello. You don't see guardians calling themselves Lord this or Lord that. It's a bunch of fallen angels doing that. Just wanted you to see what's up. I mean, it's better to see that. It helps to see that. And if all of you guys who are members, please join Christos Avatar. If you like anything you've heard tonight or any of my videos, if you like this work, if it's helped you, because I do get your messages saying it's helped you, you guys please consider donating to Christos Avatar, either through here, Super Chat, or through donations through the PayPal link below, or buy one of the crystals or artworks that are in my Etsy shop below. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for sharing your space and bringing your consciousness, bringing your understanding. Hey, bringing your ascension codes. We're guardians, yes, but we're also bringing ascension codes. Blue flame, gold flame, or violet flame. Okay, that's also in Voyagers 2, by the way. You're going to learn about ascension keys. You're going to learn about fire letters through Arshana's workshops. You're going to learn about the plasma body. You're going to learn about shields of protection, of that you are going to be running energy through your body. You're going to learn these mysteries, not meant to be mysteries. That's what the elites want to do. They want to make it a mystery and make it for only certain people. Okay? That's what you get from the false creeds. The chosen ones. Man, there ain't no chosen ones. Understand? I get some of your message saying I'm the chosen one. I am a chosen one. Like they're getting some, they think it's a good thing to say. I'm a chosen one. No, you aren't! There is no chosen special breed in God. All are chosen because all are God. All are divine because all are God. Understand? There is no chosen. There is no hierarchy and equality. If everyone's equal, where is there a hierarchy? There isn't. No. Just like females, you put females down? No. They're equal. Everything is equal. A bug is equal to you. A rock is equal to you. A fallen angel is equal to you. We're all equal. But those who are following the chaos, they want to trick you so they can vampire you. They want to suck your ass. Well, maybe not your ass, but you know what I mean. Your energies. They want to suck you. They want to vampire you. They're consuming life force, the living, because their finite phantom is dying. Remember, path of chaos is path of self-destruction. So they have to. They're finite now. They have an expiration date. They're running out of life force, so they have to keep on stealing it, taking it, draining it to exist, to keep on living. To be perpetual, they have to perpetually sacrifice and kill and consume other life. So when I make this sweet, when I make a pleasant or sweet or not, when I make a video about the animal cruelty, I get vampiric responses. People consuming other life. When our meals are other life and we're consuming it, living beings that were murdered, it's normal to us. No, it's not normal. It's abnormal. We didn't always be like this. And notice even animals have to sometimes eat each other. We weren't always like this. Now there's finite energy consciousness down here. Now there's shadow and darkness down here. So yes, now we feed off of other life forms. Now we're got shadow in us. Now we got vampiric ideas and concepts. A lot of you think animals are lower than us, lesser than us, and we're the alpha predator who can rule over them. Bullshit. That's distortion. You don't think of animals as lesser than you. You don't think of any person or race as lesser than you. You don't think of anything lesser than you, not even a rock. Not even an atom. Not even dark matter. Or a dark being. You love them. You love all of creation because all are God. And you find that within yourself or you don't. You will probably respond to these teachings in a trigger. A lot of people will become triggered. Their anger will come out. Their hatred, their judgment will come out. You see them. They're like ravenous, some of them. They say some pretty dark shit in some of these comments. like when I made this video about the flat earth, man, that opened up a whole can of worms. You get to really see how these people think. It's not just about talking about religion. You start talking about new age stuff like stuff like flat Earth. Man, I don't even bother answering. There's no point. These people are so hardcore into their shit illusion that they will attack you. They will attack you just like these Bible preaching people attack you. Can you guys stop and meditate and take a deep breath and stop attacking people, stop judging people? Hey, if you don't agree with something, move on. You don't need to leave dirty, shitty comments. That's your consciousness, homie. You don't have to agree with me, but you don't have to spread hate on it. You see what I'm saying? You just don't agree and you move on. But no, it's part of their nature. It's what's going on up here. Up here, hey, let's say you believe in flat earth. So what? You don't sit there and start hating on people who don't. You see what I'm saying? Let's say you believe in a religion and we don't. You don't start hating on us because we do or don't believe in what you believe in. That's the whole lesson. That's the whole point, homies. How are you being triggered if you're a spiritual being? You shouldn't be. You should be able to be peaceful. And maybe half of you don't believe in flat earth. Okay, so you still could be smiling and happy and get along. Did you know that? Did you ever consider that? We can still have a peaceful dialogue, but no, they don't want a peaceful dialogue. They want it to be calling you stupid, calling you a sinner, or you're going to be judged. See, they can't help it. It's a reflex. Like gas inside your body, it causes the reflux or something. It's a reaction, a trigger. Man, all you do is confirm your low vibe. All you do is confirm your phantom, your shadow, your chaos, because you speak it, you think it, you share it with others. This energy, you want others to come down to that. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One. You're so kind, whoever's doing that. Who is that? I'm going to give you a kiss. Machiwa. Much respect. No, I like this community because you guys are high-vibing. And maybe some people don't agree. It's okay. On our side, from our side, the inner Christ side, from the law of one side, it's okay if you don't agree. Look, we're still smiling and happy if you don't agree. Once you start being disrespectful and angry and judgmental, well, we know exactly what's in your mind. We don't need to be telepaths because we see what's inside your heart. We see what you speak. Machiwa. You guys, first of all, you will not find one single thing about flat earth in Ashana's work. You will not. Why? Why is there nothing spoken about a flat earth in the inner Christos teachings? If you guys see it or hear it, please let us know. We want to know where you find it. Where, what page, what minute and second in the workshop. Tell us. Show us where Ashana or the Guardians are talking about flat earth. Please. No, I'm asking you sincerely. If you see it anywhere in the teachings, share it. Give a link. Right? Yes? No? Maybe so? This is all a hologram. And how do holograms operate? Are they two-dimensional? What is flat earth though? What is it really? What are they saying is flat? What's flat? It's not just flat. They don't just say it's just flat. There's also all kinds of distortions that come along with the flat earth model. Oh, gravity doesn't exist according to them. Oh, everything you see that's round out there is not really round because even though in telescopes it's round, but to them it's not round. It's an illusion. You see, I'm talking about this now. People will still write shit now. People are now going to write shit because you talk about flat earth. That's not the point, you guys. You want to know something? Let's just talk about it straight up. If the planet was round or flat or square, does that change Ascension? Does that change spiritual awakening? Does that change what is God or angels? Because you still, whether it's a square, whether it's round or a flat plane, whichever it is, whatever it is, whatever you think it is, you still have to go through a Stargate, homie. You still have to raise your consciousness on a flat earth or a round earth or a square earth. You see how it's a distraction. That should be a warning sign. That should be a big flag. And also when they come out with hate and anger at you, that's another red flag. We're a spiritual community. We're talking about embracing unity and love and joy. Okay? We see people not acting this way and doing this the way. Okay? I love you. Even if you did you notice my video about flat earth? It started with I love you. Did you go listen to it and watch it again? My flat earth video. It says I love you. Sunset Dream says I love you more. And Francisca says it's so wrong. Celine, sweetheart. I love you, Celine. Freedom Educator, Helena. Hides 369 in the house. You guys think about it. A group of religious people are not going to be so happy. A group of flat earth people are not going to be so happy and joyous. They're full of freaking... They're full of this emotion, and this energy is low vibration. Do you know what is high vibration and low vibration? You can feel it. We can see it in your comments. Much respect to your guys' beliefs. Sincerely. We're not trying to convert you. There is no dogma in Law of One. There's no dogma in unity. Hello. And by the way, in unity, you have free will. In there, you don't have free will. You will be damned and sent to a horrible, torturous place. Supposedly separated from God. That's impossible. See, it's the people, even in religion, they know that God is omnipotent and omnipresent. But they say when you go to the lake of fire, you're going to be separated from God forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And ever. You see what I'm saying? You know there's distortion there. Okay? If anything, it's a contradiction. God's omnipresent? Yes. God's here. God's there. God's there. God's there. And God's in phantom. God's in my spirit and soul. God's in Hitler's spirit and soul. God's in a rock. God's in plastic. God is in AI. God is, once again, omnipresent everywhere. God is everything. Creator has created everything. Even AI and plastic and Hitler. God created everything. It's a for some people, the Law of One is hard to understand and believe. I get it. I get it. No way Hitler or someone who murdered a child or murdered anything could be, but your Jehovah God is murdering. Oh, but he's God. He is God, and Jehovah is allowed to murder. But you're not. They say ignorance is bliss. We say, mature. Sikas. We're finding joy. We're finding light. We're finding truth. We're finding love. We're finding pleasant, nice, sweet, beautiful things. Pleasant conversations. That's why I'm not investing my energy in replying to all those negative comments. I'm not going to answer all those. I'm not avoiding you. That's what they're going to think. Oh, he's not going to answer. Dude, bro, sister, you leave some garbage in, garbage out. No, we're not. You know, we teach unity consciousness, man. We're including all. You're not. You're secluding. You're dissecting and fragmenting and putting categories, putting labels. No. Just it's easy. It's all our God, and we're getting along in pleasantness. There's pleasant experience waiting for you. You just have to make the shift, you guys. We all had to. We did our work. We fixed and changed our relationships, our ideas. We were brutal with our own self. I had to know I was an angry person before. I mean, not with people. Mostly it was about my computer. I was getting so angry at my computer. And I do mean angry. I was mad at my freaking computer. Why? You know, I had to learn myself. I had to change myself. And so do all of you. So do all the religious people. So do all the flat earthers. We all have to go through some change within our spirit, our soul, our consciousness, our mind, our hearts. We got to make changes and make the different choices. That's what a spiritual journey is. That is connecting with the divine by removing, the distortion. Removing it from our planet and our life. What's the alternative, guys? Well, following some angry God. Following some twisted, distorted, new age saying that Enlil and Inky are good. That's the alternative. So there really isn't, if you're light, there is no alternative. The alternative is to stand in your light, stand in your joy, stand in your unconditional love, and expect in the 3D world that your light will be attacked. I mean, just expect like rude people and stuff. You're going to have cruel people. You're going to have people trying to make you feel bad about yourself. Love yourself. Fill yourself with love. Not an arrogant, prideful, I love myself. No, like a happy, joyous, non-judgmental love. I love myself. I love you. I love all. And wow, there's some mean people. I'm not going to be close to them, but I love them too. I'm not going to hang out with you homies when you're so mean and judgmental and cruel and angry. Why? I'm keeping my vibe. You see, here's a vibration, and here's a chaos vibration. Do you want chaotic vibrations rocking your boat, rocking your harmony? You want to be harmony. You want to be balanced and in your emotions, in your heart, in your consciousness. You don't want chaotic energies. You don't want someone shouting in your house. You don't want someone making your children frightened or you're frightened. You don't want those energies around you. You love that all the world, but you make boundaries so you can thrive. You want to thrive. You're not going to thrive with an abusive spouse, man. Or you're not going to thrive with a narcissist, a psychopath, a ruler, a conqueror, an angry God. You're not going to thrive, homie. You're not going anywhere. You're falling. We don't want to fall. We're rising stars, man. We're bringing in that Christos, we're bringing in the love and offering it without dogma, okay? With you choose. You choose. In Islam or Christianity, no choice. You either do this or whoosh, watch yeah. No, thank you. Because these people will tell you, I'm praying for you to, join Jehovah. No, thank you. I'm doing perfectly fine. I'm improving my health. I'm improving my emotions, my mind and consciousness. I'm improving my energy, my spirit. It's all on the rise. I'm awakening in my life. Okay? How far are you going to get in happiness and joy and conscious awakening with shame put on you, with guilt put on you, with fear put on you? Fear God, that's a commandment, that's a rule. You must fear God. No, you don't. Are you kidding me? God wants to hug you and kiss you and wants you to experience joy in your manifest experience here. God's original intention, man. And the guardians in indigo depths, they don't call God Jehovah, they call God Unisai. Okay? Which means everything, Unisai, all are the one. All are God. Not just a certain group of all of creation, not just a certain people, not just a certain religion, honey. That is distortion. Machiwa, some more of my dandelion tea. I think on Saturday I called it daisy because I didn't remember what flower it was, but now I remember this is daisy. And I have this loose leaf. So in a loose leaf you need a special contraption so it doesn't mix in with your tea, right? So it doesn't like get pieces in your mouth when you're drinking it. This is like a very thin thing that keeps them out of your... And then when you're done, you just throw the leftover out. And plus I got my lemon in here. It's part of my detox. It's part of my cleaning up my system. I wasn't the best to my body and my mind in the past. We learn from mistakes. Well, some people do. I was into the occult. I fell for the Golden Dawn magic system. I fell for dark shit, man. I'm talking like 15 years ago or whatever, in my past. I was into that shit. I was into angel magic, writing sigils and shit. I transmuted all that shit out of my life. I became a different person. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I became a completely changed, transformed human being. And I'm not done. You see your brother Thavian, well, I'm still got more to go. I'm not perfect. I'm not a master. Okay? I'll be the first one to admit that. But hey, I'm on the path of my higher self, becoming my higher self, bringing it in. We're literally bringing in that higher consciousness, homie. Through stargates in your own body called Templar. You're bringing in multi-dimensional consciousness. You get rid of all that angry God crap. Okay? All of those relationships, like narcissistic. We don't need that vampiric energy in our life. You get smarter. You get wiser. You don't want to be suffering in those anyway. In any way, you don't want to suffer. We're not meant to. Hey, even if this is a fallen state of what humans really are, this is a fallen state, well, we can still find joy. We can still find happiness and find our close relationship with God. Within. We can experience psychic powers, man. Spiritual awakening is power, not an ego power. True energy, consciousness power. Let me read something to you, because I don't have it all memorized. This is what happens if you just open the heart chakra. And you know that's still a low chakra compared to these and higher ones, right? So let me read this from you from the Guardian teachings. Iyasha, one of her teachings. Okay. I have to find it though. Just a few seconds. Okay, well, I just saw this page and I stopped at it. So, who are the visitors? You know, some of you are seeing aliens and spirits and guides. Who are they? Where do they come from? Visitors are called angels in ancient texts. Today, they're called ETs. Angels and ETs are the same interdimensional interstellar races. Visitors come from a variety of different matter density levels, which I just showed you in the diagram, within the 15-dimensional time matrix. I'm not making this shit up. This is our teachings. These are the Guardian teachings. To understand the locations from which these visitors come from, it is necessary to understand the basic structure of the universal manifestation template. That's what the time matrix is, guys. This is where manifestation happens. This is where physical bodies happen. In the 15th dimensional time matrix. But God is beyond that. I mean, God goes beyond. It's not limited to this. The universal manifestation, remember that system, the universal manifestation template is made of fixed points of frequency, which form upon condensed fission, fusion, points of energy units called antimatter, antimatter particle. Well, I didn't want to read the physics part. That's probably, a lot of people don't get all that, but I'm still trying to find the psychic thing. 1 second. Humans are chosen for visitor contact. You see, you're channeling, you're chosen. They contact you, right? You're channeling them, the ones contacting you. And there's 7 primary methods of visitor manipulation: monitoring, physical, and astral abduction, scalar mind control, EMP technologies, scalar pulse bioneurological blocking, frequency fence, holographic inserts, audio insert, frequency implants. You see why I made a channeling video. Crop circles are mass scalar frequency transmitters that affect the scalar template of biological bodies. And parenthesis, she says, not all negative. You get disinformation through government infiltrates, ET contact, channeling, angel visits, physical implants inserted during abductions. And by the way, you can get implants through sex. They're transmitting it through sex now. But yeah, when you're abducted, they'll put implants in you for sure. Shape-shifting and cloning infiltration, essence displacement, which is like body snatching. And it goes on. You guys could read this for yourself, but I'm still trying to find the psychic thing. The big picture. Hybridization is the reason for abduction. And like I've told you guys before, there's the Anunnaki, the reptilians. There's like 3 main groups or programs. The 3 contemporary hybridization programs: the Black Suns, not reference to skin color, the Belil Suns, and the Guardians, the Christos, or the Diamond Suns. Okay? The Black Suns are the Zeta Dracos humans, the several reptilian types, the primary Nephilim, which began in the 1930s, homie. The Belil Suns are the Anunnaki human. Remember, I told you there's 3 types of humans. Actually, 4. You have the reptilian humans, Anunnaki humans, starseed indigo children, and the dark illuminated ones. I'll say it once in my video, just one time. The Illuminati. Diamond Suns are the original human. Several types, primary indigo children, began slowly in the 1900s. and that this is a contemporary hybridization. I've made those videos about the hybridization. And also these roots of these fallen different DNA, Bel-El sun, Black sun, and are basically the ancient roots of the. I can't say that hashtag, man. If I start saying too many of these hashtags, and something happens to my video. So when the world becomes one, becomes an order. Now you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, these teachings talk about Jeshua. They talk about the Grail line, the Holy Grail line. They talk about the Essenes. Even the Bible, I don't know if the Bible even talks about the Essenes. And it talks about the Council of Nicaea. Turkey, Roman Emperor Constantine, backed by the Church of Rome, organizes the Council of Nicaea. Scholars, clergy, and philosophers. And this is some of the things I made videos about. I still haven't found what I found, man. What the hell? I'm trying to find it. Man, Ashiana's work is freaking unparalleled. There's nothing like this on planet Earth. The Guardian teachings are freaking the only teachings. Like I said, we have no choice. The light has no choice. Only these Guardian teachings. The alternative is the twisted teachings, the false creeds. That's the alternative. So, as a Guardian light, we have no choice. This is our choice. This is the only choice. I mean, you're going to learn so much why religion is dark. Why? What's happening in your governments and who's controlling. I just showed you, I mentioned it once. The dark illuminated ones who are not human. At least not only human. I just got to Control F and put the word psychic. Wow, I found it 1 second when I did that. I just want to read this real quick, you guys, because some of you are experiencing this shit. Race evolution. You could say ascension symptoms, right? All of humanity is entering a natural acceleration. Remember, all humanity, even if you're not spiritual, you're still making changes. Acceleration, because there's an acceleration of genetic evolution. That's why DNA is a big deal in spirituality. It's a big deal in your ascension. You're either working on your DNA consciousness, or you're fighting against it, making it more distorted. Hello, there's many things distorting in the air, the water, your whatever, I can't say some of those keywords. The first DNA template. What's the first chakra, psychic chakra? Well, we're humans living in the 3D. The first psychic chakra is the heart chakra. And that's what I'm talking about right here. Because we're all developing this acceleration, the fourth strand. Humans on 3D are trying to develop their fourth strand. So that's your heart chakra, your first psychic center, not the only psychic center. Many psychic centers, right? Because we're 12-strand Christic beings. Well, we're more, but all humans are 12-strand potential. This ain't shit. This is low. We still have a long ways to go. The first DNA template acceleration we'll experience is activation of the fourth strand, the fourth chakra template. The stage of evolution characteristic to the time period of the Aryan root race. That's what we are. Mostly, was the Lemurians. That was a root race. Then the Atlanteans was another root race. Now we're in this period now, the Aryan root race. There's root races after us. Okay? After we're gone, there's going to be a race called the Muvarians. And after the Muvarians evolve and develop the fifth strand, they're going to be gone. Then the sixth strand, Unchechi, come in. So we're not even the top of the line, you guys. We're just somewhere in the middle, right? But yeah, I've talked about this before. You'll start to experience less fragmented dream recall and development of lucid dreaming. So if some of you are starting to have more lucid dreaming, well, that's because you're activating your heart chakra. Spontaneous out-of-body experience and astral dimensional, that's fourth dimensional astral is consciousness projection, usually starting from the dream state. Some of you are going out of your body. And one of the comments I made in Flat Earth video, how do you know the earth is round? I said, hey, go astral travel, honey. Go outside of your body and look. And people who are 3D think that's total bullshit. But those of you who are experiencing these symptoms, you know what's up. It's not a belief, it's not a faith, it's real shit happening to you. And you think at first you're going crazy because no one else around you will believe in that shit, right? That's what we deal with on a daily basis, man. Seeing specks, dots, balls, and projectiles of light formations with the eyes open. So not only in meditation and dream state, but you will see it around when you start to. Other people will call you crazy. Other people can see your aura. You can't because you don't have it open. Other people see it like it's normal reality. They will see these things. Some people will see these dots, balls, projectiles of light formations with eyes open, seeing from the whites of your eyes, through the eyelids, as if the eyes were open. So you could close your eyes but still see. Through the eyelids, through the whites of your eye. Like, you're opening your fourth chakra. Increase in empathy, telepathy, psychic and energy healing abilities, channeling, but she puts interdimensional communication. Surfacing of reincarnational contact and fetal integration memories. I've heard Ashana talk about her own fetal integration. Fetal, that means you're in the fetus. That means you're in your mother's womb and still have awareness and memory. Ashana has that. She had that, and she talks about that, her story of it. Some of you can have that. Seeing dimensional, we're almost done. Seeing dimensional overlays or ghost images of other scenes transposed over physical 3D reality. Now, you guys, one of the things the fallen angelics will do, and the great aliens are experts at this, is creating what's called holographic inserts. But when you start opening your fourth strand, you will see right through the illusions. Now, it's very interesting. I saw one of the Star Treks. I used to be all into Star Trek. I've watched all the original Star Treks. Star Trek with William Shatner and Star Treks with the Generation. And there was an episode where there's a few episodes where they're using holographic or some type of, covering up, like, let's say an opening to a cave, or they're covering a building. You don't see it because they're using technology to hide it. The gray aliens the Zeta Greys are experts at this. And we've been told that they will be using this in the future to fool us, to trick us. Onto fire. Thank you, Holy One. Much respect for supporting Christos' avatar. What does it mean when you blossomed the crown and it deleted out all your characteristics? I found it hard to hold on the body while open. I'm not sure I understand you. It sounds like you're going into a greater awareness of more. You see more of creation, more of yourself, more of the universe, more of God. And that's not a bad thing. Because there will be times when all of us who are awakening, you're going to experience that, man, even for a few seconds. You will see this concept in visual. You will see it, the unity. You will see the sacred geometries. I've seen sacred geometries, man, in my higher vision. I've seen like like I would say in my own words, I would say, man, this is perfect. This absolutely perfect worlds, man. Absolutely perfect beings. Like you see their form is just, the word that you can think of is just perfect. You will see perfection. And then you come down to your normal reality and look around and like, wow, I want to go back. You know, like this. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but it sounds like you are awakening. And that's what I'm trying to read right now. You go through this process of awakening. And I know there was one more person that... I'm sorry if I missed some of those, you guys. It's not intentional. Usually when I start getting into a flow, it just flows, man. It just... Tara, Harper, 444, Spirit, 222, much respect, Tara. Thank you so much, Holy One. You're awesome, sister. I'm just scrolling all the way up, so just to check. It only goes up so high. Excuse me, guys. I have to cough or spit or something. But, yeah, that was basically what I'm trying to explain is we're going through an awakening, dude. That's why it will be perceived as supernatural or paranormal. You'll see these beings and see these worlds and have these experiences going on, and whoa, you know, it's not all in your head. This is real things happening to the planet, making changes in human people. Whether you're on a spiritual journey or not, even 3D people are going to be experiencing crazy shit. I don't mean like spirits and stuff. I mean they're going to be going through not pleasant changes. See, expanding people go through different changes than people going into falling in consciousness. They're going to be going in different types of changes that aren't good, that not considered positive. So I mentioned those dimensional overlays. Usually that's something trying to trick you, trying to hide something from you. You'll also experience processing of emotional issues from other lifetimes. She says incarnations. Seeing, sensing, or communicating with presences not of the 3D reality fields. And that's why people will think we're crazy. Because we're seeing other beings. Or seeing spiritual worlds, other worlds. You know, we're able to, you know, this is not, we're not limited to the body. You can actually let the body rest, and while you leave the body and go somewhere else. That's why I say, if you want to know something in the world, go look for yourself. You don't have to even get on an airplane or go in a car. You travel with your body form, your spiritual energy. And check. You don't need someone else to tell you. You'll have a stronger sense of love and connection, which is a lot of us here, as you can see in chat, we're experiencing this. It's beautiful. We gravitate to that naturally, you guys. We are the guardians, man. We live in those realms. And we just came to Earth to help humans realize their inner divinity, as the name of the video. Connecting to your divinity. And like these things, you would say part of your, spirituality, your spiritual awakening is power. Not an ego power. It's true, genuine power. You're awakening these higher things that people dismiss or people don't believe in. Other people will say, that's not real. You're lying. Bullshit. You're not psychic. Psychic is bullshit, right? Isn't that what people think, right? They think you're bullshit. They think you're lying. They think you're a crackpot. They'll think you're crazy. And this is natural, man. Not supernatural. That's what the whole thing is. This stuff is not supposed to be paranormal. This is normal. Not on Earth, man. Earth is in a major distortion. It's not normal here. It's special here. It shouldn't be special. It should be normal for everyone. There's only 4 more left, or 5 more left. Conscious contact with the deceased and with angels or ET. Hello. I don't see dead people, but I do see angels and ETs. And everyone's going to have their own like abilities, their own, because everyone's on their own circumstances, their own soul awareness and connection. Micro and macro vision and perception of parallel Earth. And you guys, I talk about parallel Earth. Oceana, the Guardians talk about parallel Earth. That's part of who you are. Okay? You're here in the particle universe, mostly magnetic base, but there's a antiparticle universe, the parallel version. And that is saying that you will start to perceive it. You'll start to perceive your other parallel antiparticle self. And you know how you're going through ascension up through the chakra? Well, you're doing that in particle universe. They're doing it in antiparticle universe. So you're both going intertwined. You're both making the whole being of what you are. You and your antiparticle ascend together. Maybe you don't see them, but eventually you open this chakra, you will see them. Become aware of them. These are just many of the things that you can experience with this chakra. This chakra, we're not even talking about these yet. Oh, I'm not going to talk about them in this video, but I'm saying there's more, right? Much more. Direct cognition, that's a knowing. That means there's no belief. You know. Direct cognition of knowledge from higher identity levels. That means your higher consciousness. Hello, that's what these are, higher consciousness. Those are a part of your higher selves. You have a minimum of 1,728 selves. Okay? And remember, the Guardians always go by 12s, and you know what's divisible by 12 is 3s. That adds up to 18, that's 9, that's 3s. Change in sleeping and eating patterns. We all can say something about that. And the last thing, temporary mood swings, anxiety attacks, manic or depressive states, hot or cold flashes, and hormone flux. What's up? Thank you, guys. I just wanted to share that with you because a lot of us are confused by what we're experiencing. And the reason why we're experiencing crazy shit like this is because our DNA, that's your DNA, is evolving. What did it say at the very beginning? At the very beginning, it says, race evolution. The humans are going, well, some people are, some are going through de-evolution. Path of order, evolution. Path of chaos, falling, is de-evolution. Remember, that's the path of self-destruction. You're going into unconscious oblivion. That means unconscious means unaware of your identity. You forget who you are. These fallen angels don't remember who they once were. Because they literally are destroying their memory. Each time they fall, they forget more and more. You forget. Now you don't know what is God. Now you're falling an angry fallen angel. That's what Jehovah is. An angry fallen angel. You fell and don't recognize God anymore. Race evolution. These are symptoms. Ascension symptoms. Symptoms of force. I gotta make this into a video so everyone on my Instagram and TikTok can see it too. And by the way, Indigo Wizard and Starman, they help us put all these links so you can find this stuff for yourself. It's all out there. You can do your own searches, but we help you. We're making a list of it. We got folders, and you can go inside and find the links. I'm not really allowed to just give you all the workshops. I believe in Ashiana's work being copyright. But what's already out there, we will give you links to, Holy Ones. Much respect to you in your journey. If it's out there, we'll say, hey, it's out there. Go look. It's there. Go find it. It's there already. So I'll be wrapping it up soon, guys. I kind of started early, and it's already getting close to 9. I usually stop around 9. But, man, this has been good energy. Remember, I'm not on any type of special energy either. This is all just flowing, baby. Machiwa, Makaya, Masutas. And where does this other language come from? Right? From your higher consciousness, your higher people. If there's 1,728 in the span of 12 dimensions, well, there must be a few hundred here in these lower chakras. A few hundred here, a few hundred here. Remember, in density 1, you have a minimum. Maybe that's too many, but no, it's not actually, because what we're dealing with is 144 in density 1. That's dimensions 1, 2, and 3. You have 144 of yourselves. Half of those males, half of those females. Maybe you like being a girl, maybe you like being a boy. Well, sometimes you're the opposite gender. You actually are twin flames. So there's it's an equal amount of girls and an equal amount of boys because they're all twin flame pairs. So out of 144, divide that by 2, 72. So 72 times you're a male. 72 times you're a female. Now within your immediate family, it's a family of 12. Your soul projects 12 of yourself down here. But we know from higher levels, you have actually 12 souls. And if every 12 of those souls are projecting 12 of you down in the incarnate level, well, 12 times 12 is 144. And density 3 alone, we have 144. In the particle universe, we just mentioned the parallel universe. That's another 144. That's 288. So it is a few hundred. Selves that I could be speaking the light language from, not channeling. That's what Ashana tries to tell you guys. You don't need to channel. Literally, you don't need to. You have the consciousness within you. You don't need to grab it from someone else's mouth. I mean, someone is contacting you. That's what you're a channel of. Someone else is telling you. You don't need that shit. And it damages your DNA. The indigo adepts and the guardians don't do it. We look within our own DNA. We speak our own consciousness, which is 1,728 possible. That's a minimum, by the way. Indigo children, I've heard Ashana say, have more because we're going through different timelines like we literally go to incarnate in specific timelines on purpose, so that's more lifetimes. We could have up to 5,000, 6,000 different lifetimes, or selves. So, and come on, you don't think they all speak English? Some of them are be talking Machiwa. Much respect. Much respect to you guys' spiritual journey. I know some of you, but I don't know about you, but when you're in this group, in a community, this is what Ashana calls the shield. I mean, that's what the guardians call the shield. The shield is the presence of us coming together. And that's what, a part of that is us here in Christos Avatar community. We are the guardians coming together in the shield, in our energy, in our awareness, in our power. Spiritual awakening is powerful. It is spiritual enlightenment. Your spiritual journey is precious and important. We incarnated here, and at first it beat us up. We got beat up by 3D consciousness, but our spirit is strong, and it senses and it feels, and don't know it all yet, but you're gonna go through the swamp. You're gonna go through the mire, the labyrinth of life in 3D. You're gonna do it, Holy One. And I call you Holy Ones for a reason. Okay? We're coming down here to make changes, to assist in the transmuting of this dark consciousness. And you gotta understand, there is darkness here. You see it, you know it, you feel it. And we're the ones who balance it, right? And according to the Guardian's teachings and the Emerald Covenant, the Emerald Order, some of you may not know and think that's crazy or stupid. Let me show you what the Emerald Order is real quick on my diagram. It's not coming on? That's weird. I never had that happen before. OBS is not showing it. Oh, now it is. It was just delayed or something. So, you know, it starts at the top. Nothing, you didn't start from pond scum at the bottom or apes. Come on. What the hell? You start from the top, homie. So, the top ones are the Emerald Order. The blue flame is called the Emerald Order. Now there's something called the Gold Order, which is the Royal House of Vega. They're the Gold Order. And then there's the Violet Flame, which is called the Amethyst Order. But humans come from the Blue Order, Emerald Orders, okay, which is in the 12th dimensional Christos Anuhazi. Christos is a DNA. Christos is a consciousness. And it's a people too. And that's where the Emerald Covenant is. We're the first ones. Literally. So it's explained to us that the blue flame came in first, even though it's in the 13th dimension. You think it's lower than the gold flame and violet flame. It's actually first. And you'll hear Ashana teach it in Kathara that the blue flame is the biggest sphere that encompasses all the other ones. So the gold flame is smaller. And the violet flame is smaller. So that Emerald Covenant is coming from the highest consciousness in our time matrix. And the Emerald Covenant is the Emerald Order, which all the guardians agreed to the covenant. All the blue flame and the gold flame both agreed. The blue flame races, gold flame races, violet flame races, the founder races. We all agreed with the Emerald Covenant. So you might hear me say the Emerald Covenant, it sounds some new age bullshit, but it's not, you guys. This is where, when I say the word guardians, we can call them beloveds. You can call them the Guardian Alliance. Or you can call them, you know, Christos. You know, these are the beings who coming from the Emerald Covenant. And I'll be teaching more about the Emerald Covenant, and you can simply look in Voyagers 1 and 2. She talks about it. And of course, different workshops. But I do recommend that you guys find the PDFs. It's easy to find. We made it easy. Emerald, Indigo Wizard or Starman can tell you how to find it. You'll have it within seconds. You'll download it real quick. You just go to Google and put Ashiana Dean, Voyagers. You don't have to put 1 or 2. You could just put Voyagers Archive.org. Because there's a website that has it archived. They have this, for some reason, it's in the archive of archive.org. So you put Ashiana Dean Archive.org. Voyagers Archive.org. And so it's there for free. We're not stealing it. We're not taking it. It's there. So we're just pointing you to it. If Ashiana has a problem with that, she can go tell them to take it off. She hasn't. She must be aware of it. She also sells it on her website for $17.77. You don't have to buy no book, you guys, which costs hundreds of dollars. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging with me, homies. What's up? Yeah. You just noticed that you're meditating. What's up with Tuna Pie? Francisca. I feel I'm in the right place at the wrong time. So much around me, my conception and birth. And those are signs. Starseed signs. Guardian signs. What's up? Not normal circumstances. Lots of synchronies. A lot of strange things. Because we're otherworldly beings. And that we're not saying that from ego. We're just telling you about the guardian races. And why we're here. Right? That's right. It's all... Thank you, Helena. And all of you guys are beautiful energy. We're all the energy together. We're representing a positive part of the shield. That's all I got to say. And I'm not a master. We're not all masters yet, but we're adepts, at least coming into that awareness within ourselves. And we're doing it together. We're not saying I'm better, you're better, or someone else is better. Some people got a chip on their shoulders, but, you know, we see right through that shit. Thank you for being here, Celine. Sorry if I say it wrong. I love you. Sunset Dreams, wake up. Hola, never in the wrong place or the wrong time. That's right. Remember, your soul projected you here. Even we don't know what our, maybe some of it, you know, certain parts of our life, we don't know what our soul wants. We start, this 3D conditions us to seek me, me, me. You don't think about what the soul really placed us here for. Placed itself here. We are the soul. We're experiencing this incarnation, but we lived many incarnations. We lived as a male or a female in Lemuria or Atlantis, or now in 2023. So like everyone's saying, we're here. You're here exactly where you need to be. Now, do we fumble around on here sometimes? Yeah, we fumble around. We make mistakes. We make distortions sometimes. But the whole purpose of coming here was to awaken and you know, reclaim. We will fumble sometimes, but we're here to learn from our lessons and reclaim our higher consciousness. Bring it in, birth it in, homie. We're birthing on in. And like she said in her own experience, some of us will have strange happenings around our birth, around our life. You know, even Ashana herself was abducted many times. I've seen UFOs. Okay, I've seen aliens. I haven't seen them in the 3D, but I've seen UFOs in the 3D, and I know I was zapped or something out of my body when I saw when the UFO came. So, in my own experience, that was a guardianship. Some of us are. Let's say you went to the UFO with the guardians for whatever reason. Maybe it was healing. Maybe it was for an update or upgrade or something. Realize when you come back down, you won't remember, most likely. Or you might. Just like abductees and contactees, they have some memory of recall of what's going on. They have some missing time. After making a journal of all their experiences, they're going to piece together a picture of what may be going on. You know, a lot of, you know, some of those are military abductions. They're called my labs. Okay? It's not just aliens. It's humans abducting you in UFO technologies which supposedly don't exist. They do exist, you guys. Even in Voyagers 2, it mentions it. We were given UFOs technology. Okay? Not just the ones that crashed and got remnant, you know, some of the technology from that way, but also there was technology, literally UFOs given to us. That's what was said by Ashana. I mean, in Voyagers and other materials. So just remember that. I mean, you talk spirituality, you talk aliens too. You know, it's part of it. And that's what I'm talking about. Moonshine says, I remember my 2 encounters. And sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't. You know, some of us remember our dreams. Some of our dreams are lucid. And some of us don't even remember dreams. Right? So, like, I noticed that as I'm detoxing myself, I'm remembering my dreams more. Which is so freaking fun and cool. I love remembering dreams. I love lucid dreaming. I love all of that. You know, it's just really another way of connecting to the divine and to your higher parts. It all starts in the dream state. My spirit guides started in the dream state. I was seeing them clearly, lucidly even, some of them. So eventually it moves beyond that. You upgrade into higher levels, into seeing UFOs, and like our friend said, you will remember these encounters. Okay? as we keep activating our higher selves. Vivid. That's what we want. We want vivid. You said it, King Hawkins. You saw one today. Wow. And you guys, I bet you, all of us, if we looked up more often, you will see UFOs. I'm not talking about some satellite crawling across the sky. I mean UFO. Okay? So, does that require higher consciousness to see them? Maybe some of them. Certainly there's mechanical spaceships too, though. They're not all light beam ships, right? There's a difference. You guys, look at the UFOs carefully. Are they glowing with light? That's a total different type of ship than something you see mechanical in the sky. That means one's multidimensional, one's not. One's coming from the 3D. Either Earth-based or maybe another system coming to Earth. You know, there's stargates. There's we use freeways and roads and streets. They use stargates and wormholes and portals. Okay? So, they're not limited to their place, their world. Moonshine says you feel that they're Arcturans. And you guys got to realize that, okay, some of the things that have helped us, I mean, and when humans had some trouble, were Pleiadians and Arcturans. So they are our friends. And if you guys know some of the Guardian teachings, you know that when the human race was destroyed once, and there was some that fled and escaped. Well, we escaped to the Pleiades. Some of us escaped to Arcturus or Alcyon or Arcturus, and so they're our friends, actually. But at the same time, there is dark Pleiadians, there is dark Arcturans, and I'll just show you that real quick, because some of us are starseeds having those experiences. Wait. Okay, so in this, in the different dimensions, because there's different dimensions of reality in different time periods of reality. See the time periods and the different logos. That's the word I was thinking of, logos. But anyways, well, we got Pleiadian, normal Pleiadians. We got Pleiadian Nordics. And you also have fallen angelic Pleiadians. Let me find them. The Semyasi ones who visited Billy Myers. Those are wicked beings, man. Okay? So not all Pleiadians are nice. Not all Arcturans are nice. Look, there's the darker Arcturans too. Let me find it. Arcturan Draco Anunnaki. Okay? I'm sure you didn't get... That's not what you were talking about. Or, you know, just like there's friendly Nordics, well, there's dark fallen Nordics. So, basically, you could have different experiences. And some of you are seeing the cat people. These are cat people too, in density 3, but they're Lyran Syrian. Remember, when the human race, or no, this is way before the humans. Our planet, the Anuhazi planet, was destroyed, which is Armatena. Okay, in liquid light, Earth is called Armatena, and etheric matter, Earth is called Gaia, and carbon etheric matter, Earth is called Tara. Well, here you are in mortality and death in the incarnate world. Okay. This is what we are. But these beings, these ETs, these aliens are coming from higher dimensions. Like Bigfoot's real, man. According to the Guardians, it's a positive race. They're psychic too. There's reports of that. So I just want to show you that real quick. that there's, for example, there's good Nordics and there's dark Nordics, you know. So you guys got to have discernment. Check how you feel, because you can check how you feel when you have an encounter, when you have these things, experiences in the dream state or otherwise. And just realize it is sort of special because there's only millions of us, literally millions of indigos compared to billions of earth seeds. I mean, some earth seeds are starting to open their heart chakra, but realize most of the ones who have the heart and throat and the third eye are beings coming from other worlds through the fetal integration process. That means we reincarnate through your parents down here. We made a soul contract to do that. I get some hateful message about, I get some, you know, between Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. I don't care about Twitter because Twitter's got less than 200 people, but because that's brand new and I'm not doing anything to grow it. I keep posting videos there, but anyways, between these platforms, you're gonna get some people sending some hate comments, something that's totally twisted in occult or these fallen angel systems. And you guys got to be responsible. You know, we're guardians of light. We're Emerald Covenant. We're working law of one. And when you start playing with all this New Age or Wiccan or astrology, it's all twisted systems serving the dark side. I know you think you got some cool tarot abilities and you're doing all this divining, or what do you call it? Where you're trying to see into a crystal ball, or you're trying to read some leaves, or you're trying to, you know, you're trying to get some, you're going about it the wrong way, homie. It all comes from inside. Same with Reiki people saying that your power or your energy is coming from somewhere else. You see, these people are lost in distortion. It's coming from you, because you have it within you, because you're God inside you. But these beings believe that, these people believe that the earth is the center of the universe, and that everything, even the sun, is surrounding the universe, the earth. You see the distortions. We know better. We see a cosmic field. Okay, humans are not the center of the universe. Okay, we're guardians. We're important, powerful people because we're a super race of 12 races inside of us. It makes us gives us more consciousness to do our job, which is to be guardians of the stargates. I know you don't see much of the New Age talking about stargates, but stargates are a huge part of our ascension and our awakening. It is the stargates that are causing all this changes. Where do you think the energy is coming from? It's coming from stargates, which are literal places on planet Earth you can go to visit. Go to Sedona. It's a little bit north of Sedona, but you get a part of the network is a bunch of wormholes in Sedona. So Sedona is very powerful. You can go to, like Ashiana, she lives by a stargate in Florida, and there's one that, you know, that why it's Bermuda Triangle has all this mysterious things, because there's a stargate there, man. Near Sarasota, near the Bermuda area. There's one in, and that was part of Atlantis. Realize that Atlantis was a huge continent once inside in the Atlantic Ocean. Lemuria was another large continent in the Pacific. So there's a stargate in Peru. I went to that, Machu Picchu. There's a stargate in Russia. There's one in the Andes Mountains. There's one in the the Russian was some Caucasian mountains. So in the material you'll find the stargates. Where they're located. And it's interesting because I know there's one by Iraq and Iran, and notice there's a bunch of warring in Iraq and Iran. Go figure, huh? And the one in Egypt, that's been taken over by the dark side. The fourth heart chakra of planet Earth, which is your connection. or disconnection. So I believe that's why indigos have to still activate the heart chakra. According to Oceana, you're born with throat and third eye open. I mean, you have that available, that consciousness available to you at birth. She describes it as being accomplished within the wound. As a little infant fetus, you're putting together your fifth chakra and sixth third eye chakra. But by the time you're born and you live in a child, you live in an adult, you have to work on your heart chakra. Even indigos have to work on their heart chakra. So it is so interesting, guys, that what we're involved in. This is incredible what's happening on Earth. What I keep saying is it's a great time to be alive. A lot of beings were lined up to want to come to Earth during this time. Like, it's a historical for certain reasons. And because the last time this has happened was over 200,000 years ago. So it's a big deal that it's happening now with the stargates and opening and all these alien warfare. It's a spiritual warfare between these fallen, angelic, negative, dark, naughty aliens. So all right, you guys, I keep going on these tangents, and I can Jackson, I know what you mean, brother, because I do the same thing. I mean, not now, but I used to do that, and you feel it within seconds. Like, if you guys watch me on Saturday, I smoked some because it was my birthday. I do it once a year or whatever, and it happens in seconds, dude. I'll open my third eye. I feel it actually in all these 7 chakras. I'll feel it, and it's real, man. It's not a joke, and that's why we naturally will do that without any medicine, right? And that's what we want to be doing eventually. But I see no sin or something's wrong if you want to explore your chakra, your consciousness. There's nothing wrong with it. Let the haters be haters, because they're just going to be hating. Let them. Don't let them bother you. Don't let them affect you, right? Don't live for other people, you guys. We're God, sovereign, free. You're one of these Christos beings, indigo children, starseeds from other worlds, trying to help these, this distortion. I mean, think about it. That's us in the future. We become that. So it's like time travelers visiting us and helping us out. We're time travelers who came from 6th dimension, 5th dimension, 4th dimension to help out 3rd dimension. Like I showed you the time. (2023). Around 2023. Okay? And if you came from, look, the 4.0, the 4th dimension, 4.0 would be right on this line. This line at the beginning would be 21,934 AD. That's your heart chakra, homie. This is your throat chakra. 39,000 years in the future. And this is your third eye. You're coming from these timelines. Coming to 20, or whenever you were born. I was born in 1970, so it'd be somewhere around here, Some of you are millennials. You're being born in this period. A lot of you are these indigo type 1, indigo type 2s, indigo type 3s. A lot of indigos coming in. But there's only millions of us. Anyways, this is what you are coming from the future, coming to the past through stargates, through consciousness, reincarnating. And when we say you made a soul contract, hello, this is called the soul level. You made a contract with your parents up here. Your parents down here aren't going to know jack shit, probably, most likely, unless they're also indigo parents. If they're also indigo children, they might remember. I'm just saying it's not guaranteed that your parents are not going to remember this soul contract. It's called a Palladorian birthing contract. So you got permission as a time traveler as an angel, you got permission with your souls of your parents to come down here and reincarnate. It's called the incarnation level. You reincarnate into a dying body. Hello, here you're immortal. 4D, 5D, 6D, we're immortal, homies. In the future, we're in eternal life, you could say. It doesn't mean a fallen angel can't murder you, but you're not going to die from aging or disease. You see what I'm saying? Because we have an immortal body. We're actually considered giants at these higher levels. So I just want to show that real quick, that we're time travelers, man, who made soul contracts to come and be born here. Got permission, you could say. The fallen angels don't get permission. They just do whatever they damn well please, right? They'll even F with you, their lower selves. Oh yeah, I took it off. They will go against your free will. They will go against their own lower selves' free will. The guardians won't, man. I love you guys. I gotta go and finish this up. It's already 9 o'clock, but I make live videos every Tuesday and Saturday. So I hope I see you guys on the flip-flop on the next video. And check out my videos. I try to come out with one every day. I couldn't today. I had some problems with my iPhone, which prevented me, but I will definitely should come out with a video tomorrow and every day after. So, and if you guys like the work, if you've learned anything, if you're being helped by this information, please consider supporting Christos Avatar, because that helps me reach more people. It helps me, eventually I'll have a green screen. I'll have much more teaching tools available to me. That's the goal. I'm simply using this funds to help this channel. And so thank you to all of you who are already members. I see the ones who are in green, like Francesca. Thank you for being a member, Holy One. And thank you for all of you guys who come to this video, this live, and shared your energy in chat. You guys are so sweet, so beautiful, and you're awakening. I love this energy. I don't want to be surrounded by narcissist energy. Certainly not religious energy or new age energy. I love you guys and your energy. You are the true light. Understand that. You are the ones living in love and joy. At least you're doing your damn best to be in this loving state and this being friendly and kind to humanity, to Earth. You're pro-human. We want humans to ascend and succeed. You're pro-God. Hello, you're pro-Christos, pro-Christ. I love you. You're blessed. Just know that. You're blessed. You're never alone. You're never guilty, sinful, shameful. What are you doing? Love yourself and love others. Spread this true light and love. Because that is what is going to make changes in this planet, not this dark energy. Okay? I know you guys know that. You understand that. Inside, inherently, you just know it. And you can't demand people to change and believe, because that's not our way. Okay, we respect people's free will, and hopefully they will respect our free will. And if they don't get triggered, because they're the ones who get triggered. They want to be triggered. That's up to them. You're not. We it's not easy, but as a group it becomes easier, and we become smarter and learn faster. It's kind of like if you had 4 or 5 siblings, you learn a lot faster than the first child. The first child didn't learn much because it wasn't in a group. Now we're in a group. Now you're not alone. Maybe your family thinks you're crazy and you're the black sheep of your family. And you can't find anyone else to tell about your UFO that you saw. You can't tell anyone else about the aliens or spirits or dreams you had or the psychic energies you're feeling. But you can tell other indigos. I love you. Peace. Namaste, holy ones. Yeah. So, just own it. Own your light, holy ones. Stand in it. Don't let any vampires take it. Wachiwa. Much respect. Namaste. Wakasa. Just raw energy, guys. No drugs required. Much respect, homies. Spiritual gangsters, yeah. Gangsters in Christ. Makoye. Basura.